Hello, my name is Laura Jurgi, and I'll be sharing with you my nonfiction genre project called Human Rights Through the Years. So I designed this project for a fourth grade classroom, however, it could be adapted to fifth grade, even into middle school. So my focus standards for this project are RI 3, RI 5, and 4.W2. So RI3, that was my focus as far as content. So if we remember from Willingham's presentation, a lot of what keeps our students from performing well on end of grade tests and being proficient readers is their lack of content knowledge. And so my goal in planning this project was to build that content knowledge. And so with RI3, I want my students to be able to explain deeply the lives and stories behind the person that they're going to be studying. RI4 is the nonfiction text structure standard, and so that's the skill that I want them to understand about reading nonfiction text. So we're going to be pulling apart articles, pulling apart parts of books, and really exploring in depth the different text structures that authors use, why they use them, and how they help us better understand the text. And so that's kind of in the context of what Nell Duke was talking about, of using authentic reading experiences to teach students how to see text structure and how to use and utilize the features of nonfiction text. And then 4.W2 is going to be the project that will end this unit where they write a nonfiction text of their own. So our guiding questions for our unit are: what are human rights? How have various people in history fought for the rights of themselves and others? How do authors organize the information in their writing? And how does this organization help the reader comprehend meaning? So on the first day of our unit, we're going to have a whole class lesson discussing what are human rights. And we're going to read the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is a list of 30 rights that people have. And this was written in 1948 after the end of World War II. So we're going to narrow it down to about 5 or 6 rights that the kids in the class think are most important. And then we're going to start thinking about when in history have these rights been taken away or denied from certain people, which will guide us into introducing the freedom workers that we're going to be studying. So I selected 5 people from various points in histories who worked against injustice. We have Frederick Douglass, who worked to end slavery; Susan B. Anthony, who worked for women's suffrage in the United States; Cesar Chavez, who helped unionize farm workers in California and helped Mexican Americans have better rights; Nelson Mandela, who worked against apartheid in South Africa; and Malala Yousafzai, who is currently working that all children, especially girls, could have access to equal and good education. So the kids will decide who they want to study, and I'll divide them up into groups. And the first thing that we're going to look at are biographical articles from Newsy-LA. So what I love about this site is you can get articles on different reading levels, different lexile levels. So the kids will be able to I'll find a good level for the kids to read that they'll be able to understand. Then we're going to kind of take apart those articles. So we're going to look at the content first, learn all we can from them about the people, and then pull them apart for their structures and look at the different structures. Newsy-LA also has speeches, so I've included this in my text set as well because I think it's a really important part that the kids hear from these workers themselves, hear from Cesar Chavez about what he wants and why he wants it, and exploring speeches as a type of nonfiction writing that students this age typically are not exposed to. Malala Yousafzai did not have a speech on Newsy-LA, so I found her Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech from 2014, so the kids will watch that and analyze that. Then, so the Newsy-LA articles are going to be in small guided reading groups, and then at the same time and then after, they'll also be reading a biography on their own. So I have one for each of the people from the Who Was series. These are really great, good size biographies that the kids really enjoy. And so for my stronger readers, they'll read the Who Was series. And then for my readers who may struggle a little bit more, I also found other texts, other biographies that will match the level that the kids are at. So this goes back to that content standard. I want them to become experts on this person that they're studying. I want them to know as much as they can about the lives of these people so that then when they go to work on their final project, they will be ready to be experts teaching us all the things that they learned. So the final project is to create and write an informational essay using text structures. So that's key. As they're planning their writing, they're going to decide, I'm going to use a description paragraph for the introduction. I'm going to use problem and solution for this paragraph where I talk about the work that they did. And so I'll be conferencing with the kids one-on-one to help them figure out which text structures they're going to use and when. Once they have made and written their informational essays on their own, they will put together a presentation about their person as a group. And these presentations will be shown during our Human Rights Day celebration. So I wanted there to be an actual celebration, something actually that they're working towards the entire unit. And so for Human Rights Day, hopefully it could line up and be on December 10th, which is International Human Rights Day. If not, it doesn't matter. We'll invite families. We'll have their papers up for people to see and look at, and then our groups will present about the person that they learned about and studied. So that is my project. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you about your feedback. Thank you.